In this video, I'll show you the best way to make coins in EA Sports FC. So in my last video, I asked for 1,000 likes on my trading video, and I'll show you the best way to make coins in this game. We managed to do that, so thank you. Honestly, the support has been unbelievable. So what we're going to do in this video is start off in the transfer market. Now, before all this, I want to show you a couple of different things so you understand what we're going to be doing. So what I'm going to do first is press R1 and come over to the consumables tab. After that, I'm going to go over to the player chemistry style, and we're going to take a look at some prices for chem styles. If you don't know, chem styles are basically chemistry styles that when you put them on a player, the player will perform differently depending on what you've put on. So the most popular chemistry style in EA Sports FC is the shadow chemistry style, and if we go over to the market, it's currently selling at the minute for a pretty decent amount. The average price of all these is around 3,000 coins. So say for example I wanted to go and buy one of these chemistry styles and then come back over here and go over to some defenders and apply one of those chemistry styles onto these defenders. Theoretically speaking, say for example this Rouch, this card could perform so much better. So if we go and take a look at the market, see how much this Rouch is actually selling for, without the chemistry style on her, she should be going for pretty much like minimum price. I can't imagine that she's going for a lot. I'm pretty sure she'll be at the minimum selling price, which she is. She's around 2,800 coins. However, if we go and take a look at her with a chemistry style applied onto her, because it increases the stats and how the player performs, this card should be going for more. So if I come over here and do it again, as you'll be able to see, at 2.8k there's nothing there, 2.9, 3.5, whatever it may be. As you can see, with that chemistry style on, there is a massive lack of supply on this card, and some of these cards are actually selling for 12,000 coins. That's ridiculous. If you want to build the best team possible in EA Sports FC, make sure to go and buy some coins from Mule Factory and use the code LECOINS5 for a discount. So with this in mind, what you're actually able to do in this game is go and do some trading with players who have this chem style applied onto them. Now, another chemistry style which this is really good to do this with is also going to be the Hunter chemistry style, because this increases the pace and shooting of players, so that's better for more forward players, think your strikers, and these are going for like 2,000 coins. So what you're actually going to do is this, the first method, and in my opinion this is a good introduction, but wait until the end of this video and I'll show you exactly how to use this method to its best potential, is going to be going through it and just finding a random player and then trying to trade with them with a shadow applied onto him or a hunter applied onto him. So let's start off with this example with Memphis Depay. As you can see, going for about 5.6k at the minute. So what I'm going to do now is come back over to the transfer market and I'm going to go over to Memphis Depay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and see how much he's selling for with a hunter applied onto him. And basically what you can do is you can go through that list of all the gold rare players and just keep cycling through different players. So at the minute, with a chem style on him, of a hunter chem style as well, he's currently selling for about 6.5k there or thereabouts. So what I could do if I wanted to, I could just sit on this filter, I could set all this up again, and then I could just sit here and snipe over and over and over again. And don't get me wrong, that's not a bad method. If you want an introduction to this method, genuinely, just go and do this. Just sit here, try and get something with a hunter on it. As you'll be able to see, just got myself a Depay with a hunter, 5.6k. So then what I'd do with this one, because I know that he's selling for about 6.5k with a hunter, is just list him up at that, and I'd make myself an easy 900 coins profit after tax, probably looking around 600 coins roughly. But the best method to do is this method right here, and I'll show you a few different variations of it. So basically, if this video does well, which I'm hoping it does do, obviously, you won't be competing against every other person who's using this method. So what we're going to do, quality is going to be gold rare. Then we're going to go over to the chemistry style and we're going to set it to hunter or shadow, but for this example we're going to use shadow. And then what we're going to do, instead of going for individual players, is we're just going to go and see how much all of these players are selling for, just any gold rare with a shadow on it. And what we're looking for here is the time remaining at the bottom. We're trying to see how, basically, what's the minimum price of all these cards. So it's probably roughly about 2,000 coins. So this is where this method gets slightly difficult, but please just trust me, this works a treat, and this is by far the best method in this game. So what you're actually going to do is you're going to come over to the time remaining at the bottom and you're going to come to the 59th minute. Right now, if there's any cards past the 59th minute where they say like 1 hour 15 minutes, 2 hours, whatever it may be, if there's any more than one, this method won't work. So you basically need 0 or 1 card after the hour mark for this to work. And what I'm going to do now is press square or X if you're on Xbox, and then you're going to press back, and that is going to refresh the market. So instead of sitting there and sniping as quick as we possibly can do, we're going to do it this way instead. And as you can see, a lot of new players have just been listed up, and then we're going to repeat it and just keep doing it over and over again. And as long as there is 0 or 1 card after the hour mark, just missed out on a deal. But as I was saying, as long as there's 0 or 1 card after the hour, this market will refresh. If there's any more, it won't refresh. So you're just going to repeat this over and over again until a card pops up that looks like a deal. Now, when you start off with this method, you're not really going to be too sure who's a good deal and who's a bad deal. But one word of advice, I would always go for players that you don't see around that minimum price. What I mean by that is any cards here who you see, say for example, a Ramsey popped up at 2k, you don't buy that one at 2k. But we have just got ourselves a card in Realm, I think it was. Yeah, this Realm card right here, and we just got him at 2,000 coins. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to back out, I'm going to go back over to the transfer market, and I'm going to go and see firstly how much this Realm card is actually selling for. So let's go over here, go over to David Realm, and how much does this card sell for? I imagine that he's probably going for about, okay, he's going for about 1,000 coins. So then what we need to do after that is come over here and go over to the Shadow Chemistry style, and we need to see how much he's selling for. And if he's going for any more than 2.2k, we should be in profit. With a shadow on him, he's going for about 3,000 coins, so that's perfect. When listing your players, do it a bit cheaper than what all the other ones are going for. They'll sell a lot quicker. However, I do have a bit of a variation of this method, and it's a lot better. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to come over to the quality, we're going to set it to gold rare, we're going to set the chemistry style again to shadow. Again, this works with hunter as well, mainly shadows and hunters. Don't go for anchors or backbone or engine, they just don't work as well. But instead of going over and setting this max buy now to 2,000 coins, I'm actually going to come over here and set this maximum price to around 750 coins. And again, this is the exact same thing. Come over to the 59th minute, as long as there's 1 or 0 cards past the hour mark, you will be able to do sniping with this, because you're just refreshing the market by using that method. And as you'll be able to see, there's 0 cards over the hour mark, so all I'm going to do now is just sit here and refresh. Now the cards that you're going to see here aren't going to be as cheap as those ones at 2,000 coins, but as soon as you start to learn player prices, you'll be able to work out what is and isn't a good deal. For example, Balde there at 3.3k just got relisted immediately at 6k, and you can literally sit on this filter and get yourself so many decent deals just by refreshing over and over and over again. So I've just managed to get myself a card in this Sangare, I think that's how you pronounce his name, at 1.9k. With a shadow on him, he's currently selling for roughly about 2.1k. Okay, maybe we've not got the best deal here, but we can still sell him on for like 2.4, 2.5k. If we come over to the transfer list, as you'll be able to see, our Depay has sold on. Our Realm has sold on as well. And then all we're waiting for is this Ferran Torres and Sangare, and we will be making some easy, consistent profit. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click here, because I should have a video up pretty soon on how to get some easy packs in EA Sports FC. So make sure to go and check it out. Aish.